Every entrepreneur, in my own opinion, should be on a journey towards self-actualization. That means getting to the point where what you are leaving behind, what you are accomplishing is something that you consider the legacy that you would like to be remembered for. The first part of that journey starts with a desire. I remember that in my own case, when I was very young, I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to publish fiction stories. But the job that I was interviewed for first was a job of guiding children on tours in a game park. And I did not know how those two situations would sort of like marry or match. So when the interviewer asked me a question that I was very surprised about, I was scared because he asked, what would you rather have been if it were not for the availability of this job? And at that time, I think the fear must have shown on my face, and he was kind and good, and he told me, no, you can be honest with me. And so I told him I would like to be a writer. And he says, oh, okay, let me see what I can do. And he put me in the education center, where I ended up working inside the library, studying about wildlife conservation in order for me to guide children to go on tours in a national park. But in the process, I ended up writing a very good story on the migration of wildebeest, which I submitted in a writer's workshop, and it actually won me a scholarship to college. And I ended up becoming the communication person that I was looking to be without necessarily knowing how that journey would go. So yes, start with something that you want to be. The second one is to be faithful at executing whatever is assigned to you. You don't necessarily have to always like what you are doing, but you can be faithful at it. If you do things well, if you do things with excellence, if you do things in a way that stands out, other people notice and they end up recognizing you. Be passionate about what you do it well. And not necessarily expecting bigger pay, although pay is good, and good money can come as a result of doing things well. The third one is to learn from very early to improve on what you are doing. Things can get better. In fact, the saying is that you start with something, then you make it good, then you make it better, you make it best, and then the best gets better. You can improve even on what is best. Then I come to an important principle of contentment. If a person is not contented, they are constantly trying to find more. And I mean this in respect to money. If you are contented financially, it is possible to live on less. It is possible to save. It is possible to set aside something for a future day. It is that ability to save and invest in the things that you would like to do that eventually gives you the ability to become independent. Many people talk about not having capital or not having the resources they need, but it is because they are spending all the resources that they get all the time without necessarily sparing something. Contentment makes it possible for you to leave something behind, and you can use it either to invest or to research. Then of course, investments compound. There is a very simple rule of the gains that come out of a gain. For example, if you were to actually save 20% of every gain that you make from 100 shillings or dollars, 20% compounded 51 times translates into $1 million. So savings don't necessarily have to be big. Investments don't have to be leapfrogging exercises. They just need to be consistently compounded over time, and they grow huge. When you begin to finance your legacy projects, that is the time when you become self-actualized. When you are self-actualized, you are doing things that you say, yes, that will outlive me, that will live beyond me, that's the way I would like to be remembered. But all of this is a journey. It's a process, it takes time, and it needs to be something that every entrepreneur pursues over a long period of time. Thank you for watching. I would like to invite you to subscribe to this channel if you would like to continue watching these videos.